How's it going, everybody? Brian Porter here from Keller Williams Realty, and I wanted to talk about appraisal contingencies today. So this is geared more toward you buyers out there, and you're probably aware that most homes at this point are pretty much selling non-contingent. You know, it's a sad fact for buyers out there because you're being forced basically to take risks that you may not want to take in order to get into a property. And you know, there are times to take calculated risks, but the emphasis should be on calculated. I'm seeing a lot of offers come through where people are waiving their appraisal contingency when they really don't have the financial standing to do it safely. So what is that appraisal contingency for? Well, any contingency that you have is to protect your deposit. And so here in Santa Clara County, most people are going to be putting down a 3% deposit on a $1 million property. That's obviously $30,000. And you're saying, seller, I'm willing to risk this $30,000 in the case that I default on this contract and try and get out of it, but also don't have a contingency to protect myself for whatever that reason may be. If you have no contingencies, it's pretty open and close. Your deposit is at risk. Now, with the appraisal contingency, what that does for you, it makes it so that in the case you write an offer for $1 million, and let's say 5 other people also write offers for $1 million or even more on a property, and you get into contract. Well, the lender needs to verify that the property is worth what you are offering to pay for it, because they don't want to lend money for a property and then immediately be underwater on their investment. Okay, so basically, it doesn't matter how many people wrote offers for $1 million or more. The appraiser is going to give the lender their opinion of what the value is compared to the other comps in the neighborhood. And so if that appraiser comes back and says, you know what, we think it's worth, or I think it's worth $950,000. Well, the lender is only going to give you the amount of loan you requested based on the $950,000. So if you're putting 20% down, they're going to give you 80% of $950,000, not $1 million. So there's a $50,000 gap there. Now, if you have no appraisal contingency, there can be no negotiation. And you're not going to be able to back out without risking your deposit. If there was an appraisal contingency, then you would be able to ask for a price reduction, maybe meet somewhere in the middle, maybe even say, you know what, everyone wanted to pay $1 million for it. The appraiser's opinion is one thing, but it's still worth it to me. Here's the extra $50,000 lender on top of my down payment to make this work. It at least gives you the option. Now, if you have the cash set aside and you feel very comfortable with the comparable properties in the neighborhood, and you're willing to take that risk and say, you know what, if it appraises low, I've got some reserves for that. That's totally fine. Take that risk if that's what you want to do, and that's what has been required in a lot of cases lately, unfortunately. If you don't have that cash sitting there, just be patient. It may take quite a few offers, but it's better than risking your deposit and then making it to the point to where you don't have as much money to buy the next property or offer for that next property. It could knock you out of looking at single family homes. Now you're looking at townhomes. So just protect yourself. Make sure you're having these conversations with your agent, because sometimes it worries me when I see these offers come through that maybe the buyer may not totally understand what they're getting themselves into. If you have any questions about appraisal contingencies or anything real estate related, buying or selling, feel free to reach out anytime. My phone number is 408-813-6865, and I'd love to help out. All right, thanks so much. Take care. Bye.